No headache today. Clear skies with beautiful blue, fluffy cotton clouds. Yeah, that's what clouds are. Here, have you ever seen a cloud before? Look, there you go. No, never seen one of them before? No, that's right. Probably because you see. Yeah, well, you know what I'm on about. Woke up this morning, wow, felt clear, and I said, no clouds this morning, no chemtrails this morning, I bet you. And sure enough, not a chemtrail in sight. Yes, people will put the pieces together, and then a friend of mine says, why do you even bother? And I said, well, if you know something and you don't say anything, then nothing's ever going to be done. If you know something and say something, then if more people hear about it and the more people talk about it, it brings fear to the darkness, because darkness does everything it can to keep you in the darkness. That's the whole point. So, yes, I can't do anything. For sure, I can't do anything. What can I do? Who can I go and, and ask, please stop doing it? I mean, come on. These are bullies. These are monsters who are controlling this world. So there's nothing we can do to stop it, but what we can do is be aware of it. Now, once you're aware of it, you've got two choices. You either accept it or you make the change in your life, and that's what I do. What do I do? Well, because I'm aware of it, I keep out of the way of it. I do different things every day to try and heal my body from it, the poisons. I'm clearing my body all the time. So there's so many things you can do. I'm just going down now to pick up some charcoal. Charcoal is a great absorber. So you can intake some charcoal that will absorb any of the poisons in your body. You can take spirulina. I can go on and go on. Clear your body with vinegar. Vinegar is a fantastic thing. Apple cider vinegar, and there's been talks like this for God knows how long. But I mentioned it to somebody the other day. That burning vinegar people were talking about ages ago. Also, copper, using copper in the garden, it changes the energy and frequency around. So there's so many things. But hey, if you didn't know about it to begin with, then we wouldn't even have this discussion. So for those who say, what's the point? Why do you even bother? It's like, well, it sounds like you've given up on life, or you've given up on people, you've given up on yourself. I take vitamins, right? Don Tolman's not a massive fan of capsule vitamins and any vitamins, because he believes that if you eat a good, healthy diet and follow the 7 principles of life, then you've got no problems. You don't need vitamins. You just eat healthier or eat more of a certain vegetable or fruit. Absolutely bang on. I agree completely. For me, it's not always that easy to get certain fruits and vegetables, and I like to get seasonal fruit and vegetables for where I live, because anything else that comes from other places have no benefit to me. That's what I believe anyway. So I gave the staff some strawberries a few days ago. I got 2 cartons of strawberries from the local farmers market, and when I sat down, the first thing they said to me is, I've never tasted strawberries like that before. I just can't believe it. I remember when I was a child and we used to eat strawberries like that, but it was so good. They talked about it for a few minutes. It was like they really needed to let me know how important it is. And it's true, guys. You're not eating fruit and vegetables anymore. If you're buying from a supermarket, you're eating from monsters who have created monster food that disconnects you to everything. And that's the whole point of why we're here and what they're doing. They're trying to disconnect us by injections from a child. The everything that they are doing to human beings, that takes us away from our connection. And this is the problem. We've lost our connection. And I know it's a corny line, losing your connection, but what does it actually mean? Do you actually know what losing your connection means? You know, when you might see some of these programs where there are genuine people who live off the land, they have a connection to Mother Earth, a connection to the universe, a connection to an incredible energy that gives us information that we need. Connection to animals, connection to Mother Earth's food, medicine that they give us. And that connection is that we feel what is good for us to eat. We feel what we need to do in our life, what the creativity is all about, and living in harmony and living with one another and having that beautiful balance and understanding through experience. And doesn't mean that you're not going to have challenges, but the challenges are the very thing that makes us who we are, to conquer those challenges and to become stronger than. Um, take for instance a group of girls now and boys around about 13. They've lost their connection. They don't know what to do without a phone. They're lost. They're lost without Instagram. They're lost without TikTok. They're lost. Their life is meaningless. All their life is a phone. Is this phone now? It's meaningless. What they talk about is all about what the black screen tells them. They've no connection. It's gone. So why? Well, it's really simple. Darkness has created this so that we become enslaved to the black screen, so that we do not connect to anything other than the black screen. So the black screen is the God. You will turn to the God of the black screen before you will turn to your God, your connection, Mother Earth. And thus you control those next group of children who are no longer connected. And you control them where we're gone, when people like me and you are gone, there's only going to be a few of those children who still have a little connection, who sometimes just have that thought, that connection, that we call it channeling, that we know something's wrong and we start spreading the message. And that's what darkness is trying to stop us. And that's why they're spraying over us every day, because more and more people are awakening, and that's why they're spraying more and more. They're trying to dumb the connection down. They're trying to stop us from doing anything. And the best way to do that is to make us sick. That's the best way. The second best way is to put fear into us. And how do they do that? By distracting us, by telling us that this is going to happen. We're all going to die. This is new chicken pox, new flu pox, new bird pox, new this pox and that, whatever it may be. It's all by design, guys. All by design. Nothing is by chance. There is no coincidences. This is all created by darkness. And darkness has its minions. Darkness has those that are really influenced by money and fame. See you later, Michael. You too, brother. I'm sorry about that. Some people were right next to me, so I didn't want to continue talking. I'm wishing you all a lovely day, though. I'm just getting everything ready for ballet. We're nearly at 12 o'clock, right? In fact, what time are we on? 10. A couple of hours left, I think. Is it 10 or 11? Anyway, at 12 o'clock, the Richie Allen raffle is over, and that beautiful amethyst crystal will be going to somebody at 12:30. I'll get all the numbers at 12:30, 1 o'clock, and let you know who the winner is. Plus, I'll do a few more winners as well, runners up, as I always do. But that beautiful crystal, yeah, you still got a chance if you want to head over to Mark Bajerski. And if you make any purchase of the ebooks or the audio books or the Helping Spirit into the Light, each £5 gets turned into a ticket. And yeah, I mean, I totally understand it's very difficult for people at the moment. In fact, if I'd have actually sold that crystal on its own, I would have made 3 times as much as than I have done from the Rich Allen radio show tickets, which, you know, it is what it is. I mean, somebody's going to really appreciate, somebody's going to love it. Um, the crystal is probably, to me, it's worth 1,500. I wouldn't sell it for less. And I think we got about 350 euros in thus far. So somebody's going to do well. But I'm also still going to do some lovely prize draws of some. It's not about the money. It's about the participation and getting people to invest into the Richie Allen radio show so it becomes part of their life. And the reason why I do it is not for the money, it's for you to learn. And the Richie Allen radio show has been monumental in my understanding of humanity and what's going on around the world with, you know, human beings who have experienced such trauma, and human beings who understand and see the world in a different world, a stronger connection, and share that, which they wouldn't do on mainstream media. So of course I support Richie Allen radio show. Rich is very balanced in that way. He's not like me. I'm a bit flaky, and you know, he's very balanced and tries to bring a balanced approach to the show, but still he brings on people that he completely disagrees with, which again is fantastic. And so yeah, I try, and even if I can bring one new person onto the show, then to me it's like saving a life, because they're receiving new information that will open them up to be able to share it with their family, and thus we create a beautiful ripple effect in the world of truth. You know, what is truth? Such a challenging conversation, because your truth is your truth and mine is mine. It doesn't make it real, it doesn't make it right. So truth is a bullshit word when all's said and done. And God, you can see that in the truther movement. You can see it in people who talk about we need to censor people who are lying and we need to look after truth. Nobody knows what truth is. Truth, you know, your experience changes from moment to moment. You can tell somebody that this is the truth. Why? Because it heals. Somebody can take it and feel sick with it. So was that truth, or was it not the truth because that person got sick with that and that person didn't? You know, the truth is what your truth is and your experiences. So what we do is try and share an experience of other people on the Richie Allen radio show. I try and give a different perspective, and people think it's bullshit. Some people think it makes sense. Some people just don't get it at all. And some people come back in a week or a month later and say, "Yeah, I get it now. I thought you were full of shit, but I'm starting to understand that now." I'm not bothered whether you do or don't, but if you understand it, it means now, well, you've been through that. Now you've been through something else. Now you can take from both sides of what you've been through and you can weigh up what feels right to you. But, give it another 6 months and you might change your mind again. You might be influenced by something else. A lot of the times we're influenced by talking bullshit. Most people regurgitate information that they have no idea what they're talking about. That's 99% of humanity. Real truth, in my opinion, real truth is real experience, what you've been through, and that is your truth. That's it, nobody else's. So when people say this is a truth, it isn't the truth. No such thing as truth, just experience. Here is my experience. But we got so used to saying this word truth, and now it's been hijacked by the very people that cause suffering. So now you've got truth checkers. They call it fact checkers. They think they're truth checkers. Yeah, of course you are, mate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The weather's really bad. Yeah, it's took a plane down and killed some people. Yeah, of course it did, mate. Of course it did. Yeah. You ever heard of? Have you ever heard of HARP, DARPA, CERN? All of these companies that you heard of the satanic dark military industrial complex. They can take planes down anytime they want. They can take helicopters down whenever they want. They can cause and create anything they want. You don't think they use technologies that we don't even know about? These are the monsters that you don't know about. How do you kill a monster that doesn't exist? Oh, it's the military industrial complex. Go on then, go and find them. Oh, are they? Show me. Oh, it's those. It's them. It's them. Who are them? Well, that's the point. You'll never know who they are because you can't kill something that you don't know who they are or what they are. They're just a them. Them. The greatest trick the devil ever played is to to make us all believe that he doesn't exist, and he doesn't. The word devil doesn't really exist. The word Satan doesn't exist. It's all bullshit. It's just a way of people to bring forward something that they can believe in. Just like I said to you, if I believe strong enough in the cross, I can heal my body. I can gather enough people up to kill other people in the name of my God. It's all bullshit. It's just energy. Somebody once said everything is energy and that's it, and it's the truth. You change anything with energy. Energy is good. You can consider good energy and feel it, work with it, or you can work with bad energy, and they're both equally as powerful. I would argue sometimes that darkness is far more powerful because it's harder to to live in love. It's harder to live in positive energy. It's easier to live in darkness because we've been so programmed to it. We've been so abused as child. We've been abused physically, mentally, and emotionally by our teachers, by the big harmer, by the poisons that they put in non-foods now, by everything that's put on the screen to make you buy, to make you feel better, to make you feel sick, and to give you boxes and labels to believe that this is who you are. Oh, I'm so sick. I've read about it. This is who I am. No, it's not. That's not who you are. Your body changes every moment, mate. What are you talking about? Yeah, but I'm a diabetic. No, you're not a diabetic. They've just told you that, and you brainwash yourself into believing it, and now you'll stay in that way because that is what darkness is. It's an energy to make you believe in it. How do you think people cure from cancer? Right? The cure from cancer because they said this isn't going to beat. No, this isn't going to beat me. I noticed that and I saw, wow, those people survived and those people died. Why did they die? Because they believed in the darkness. They believed in the lies, the poisons. They believed in everything what was bad for them. And the ones that believed in love and health and well-being and self-healing survived. Go figure. Anyway, we could talk about this all day, but suffice to say, what's your energy today? Let's try and be light, even in the darkest of times. Be the light, be the good energy, be the positive energy. ¿Qué tal, hombre? ¿Todo bien? Sí. ¿Qué tal?
Un amigo.
Mucho tiempo, ¿eh?
Arriba, arriba.
Sí.
Es que tengo que venir abajo, aquí no, sino abajo, ortopeota, para la pierna,
Sí.
pasaje.
Ah.
Tengo problemas en el pie. Camino Santiago.
Ah.
Me hice daño aquí,
Sí.
andar.
Yo
Y
también,
tengo problemas.
yo también aquí.
Bueno, aquí no, yo aquí. Y luego, allí en Burgos,
Sí,
allí,
un poco, sí.
pues me tuve que venir para abajo.
Ajá.
Y compañero, Santiago, yo,
Sí.
mijas, para abajo, porque no podía,
posible,
no podía.
no.
El año que viene, posible.
Sí.
Pero
Qué bien.
hay que curar.
Sí.
¿Tú
Pero,
bien, no?
sí, bien, todo
Vale.
bien. Mucho
Todo
trabajo,
bien, ¿no?
mucho trabajo y
Malo.
poco dinero.
Pero hay poco dinero. Ah, no.
Y siempre,
Pero
¿no?
siempre disfrutar.
Claro,
Disfrutar,
claro,
tranquilo.
claro.
Hay que tener salud. También dinero y disfrutar.
Sí.
No solo dinero.
No, es muy mal, es muy
Eso
mal.
es
Sí.
disfrutar. Pasártelo bien.
Sí. Claro.
Ahora mismo, ¿ves?
Sí.
Ahora tranquilo,
Sí.
relajado.
Sí.
Muy bien. Nada, vamos para allá.
Bueno.
Un amigo.
Ciao,
Venga.
ciao. Ciao. That guy's amazing. So one day he's only a small guy. I'll show you him. There he is. It's just walking. He was only a small guy, but in the village he used to work in one of the restaurants. Worked there for years. He's only a small guy, and uh, like in Spain, there's no fighting where we are in our village. There's nobody fights. Nobody. I've never seen a fight in so many years. But there was a time when there was four guys. They were taking the piss out of him, and I think they were from England. Sorry, sadly to say. And they were getting really, really drunk. And he worked at the bar at the restaurant, and this family's in there, and he just asked them quietly, please calm down because they were becoming really aggressive and nasty. And then they started picking on him, started calling him, names, and they were really nasty. And he never said anything, and they continued. And he says, anyway, what they didn't realize is he's a champion fighter, and then one of them went to hit him, and he knocked all of them out. They all came at him, and he just knocked them all out. He's so strong, and I don't believe in karma. I don't believe that they deserved it, but he was defending himself, and he just knocked them all out clean. So yeah, it's the only time I've ever seen a fight. And it wasn't a fight. He was defending himself because they were vicious, nasty English guys, nasty, which we don't want in the village. But there are nasty people in the world. And I didn't want to see anybody being hurt. Even the nasty people, I don't want to see them being hurt. But they got what they deserved. And he was just saying he went on the Camino de Santiago de Compostela, and he got to Burgos. My Spanish isn't brilliant, but he got to Burgos, and he hurt his foot, and he had to turn back to Mijas, and he said next year he's going to try again. But yeah. Did you hear what he said? You're my friend. Mi amigo. That's a big thing in Spain for somebody to, Spanish to take you in as an English person, and because we haven't got such a good reputation. I mean, God, Fuengirola, Bellamadina, and Torremolinos. I used to live with Spanish in the village, and they used to tell me, Mark, the English are not really well loved here at all. And I said, why? And they said, because, you just come down, because he used to work on one of the doors, in Belmadina, a nightclub, and he said they were just English, always fighting. I said, yeah, that's why I kind of moved. I just didn't like that. In England, there was so much of that. Um, and I said, I'm sorry. I am sorry. And he says, no, 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 it's okay. It's just that, you just so you know, your reputation isn't so good over here in Costa del Sol. And I saw that, it took me years for the Spanish to actually even talk to me properly, and to have a man like him come over, a Spanish man who lives in the village, to shake my hand and to call me an amigo, a friend. It's a big thing. It's not, a friend doesn't just mean friend, it means a good person. Buena persona. But yeah, I've done nothing to ever cause any harm there, apart from, I guess, fight against the donkeys being ridden. That was kind of went against um, the village, but yeah, I don't like to see, still don't. And there's nothing I didn't do. Oh, well, I think I helped with the shading, the donkeys. After what we did, we got the national TV up here. After, me countless times fighting with the donkey men for whipping them and beating the donkeys and kicking them and punching them. Um, don't see that so much now, got to be honest. And they've got shade, and half of them stay down below for half of the day, and then the other half come back up. So there's a rotation which never happened before. So I guess, looking back, I got spat at by them. I got a lot of grief, but was it worth it? I guess it was worth it. If I never said anything, would anything have happened? Could it have still been the same? Could there be no shade? Could there be no? I'm not saying I did it all myself. No, I didn't, but I definitely played a part in it. Hey, Mark, what do I think about the Iranian president being killed? Um, you need to take the word accident out. There is no accidents. All these plane flights, if you study, I mean, I don't want to start going into conspiracy because I'm tired of it, to be fair. But if you look at all plane flights, all of them, all the plane flights, I guarantee you'll be very interested if you look at the passenger list. That's all I'm saying. And this passenger list on this helicopter is definitely a passenger list that was perfect for the dark energy to have disposed of. And I believe wholeheartedly that that was weather manipulation at the same time as it. Like I said, it only takes. If you listen to the greats in this world who left the military industrial complex, Barry Trower talks about something that fascinated me. It was just a simple case of if a man falls down dead on the curb and you look across the road and there's a guy with a gun in his hand, you know what who's killed him, right? The accomplice is there, and the guy is across the road with blood pouring out of him. Okay, what you've got now is a technology that if a guy suddenly just falls down dead on the curb, there's no blood, and you instantly think he's had a heart attack, right? When it can easily be a weaponized system that is used. And I'm like, fuck, this makes so much sense. So, this is a guy who talked about who worked in the military industrial complex with microwaves. He talked about, knowing and seeing the worst things that they did to the not only the army boys and the girls who worked in the army as rats, using them as lab rats, but they used to they used to work with these energy weapons on pregnant women and children. So, what do I think about an helicopter accident? If the military industrial complex, which is a satanic cult that want to kill and cause suffering and be in control like a bully, nothing shocks me, nothing surprises me at all. Not one thing. We are all in a playground And the bully is the military industrial complex, and everybody who runs a military industrial complex, you'll never know because they're untouchable, they're unseeable. That's why it never goes. How can you stop something that you can't find or see? Anyway, guys, I'm wishing you all a lovely day. I'm taking a break from vitamins now today for a few weeks. No vitamins, just working on raw food. My organic coffee is the only one thing that and the rest of it is all health and well-being. Um, and hopefully see you in Bali in the next few days because I'll be setting off shortly, just finishing off everything that I need to do. So I'm wishing you all a lovely day. So if it isn't 12 o'clock, you still have time to go to mattbajerski.com and make a purchase of an ebook. If it's fiver, that'll get you a ticket. And at 12:30, 1 o'clock, I'll announce the winner for that beautiful piece of amethyst. It's a home crystal. Cross my heart up today. It's the most beautiful crystal you'll feel in your house. It will change the energy. And good luck, it might be you. If not, I'll do some. Also, I don't know how many, but I'll also get some crystals aside and have some nice runner-up prizes as well. And that every penny, by the way, every penny of that goes to the Richie Allen Radio Show, and I will be giving Richie a lot more than what I've received in this time. But I do understand a lot of people are struggling. I completely get it. So I'll put in a good chunk of money too, as well as that crystal and other crystals at 1 o'clock. So I might see you at 1 o'clock, and I'll announce the winners. So yeah, I think you've still got time. Oh yeah, you've got 1 hour. So you've got an hour to go to markbajerski.com. You can buy audio book, which I'll give you 3 tickets for. That's €13, but I'll count it as €15. So I'll give you 3 tickets for that. There's a music, which is a fantastic piece of music that you can share with all your family, play in the house, and it clears the house of any negative energies that are happening right now. And that's called Helping Spirit into the Light music. That's honestly, guys, it's incredible. I use it all the time. It's been so beneficial through my healing work over 20 years. So and any of my ebooks and share them with all your friends, share them with everybody as a gift because there's some lovely stories in there that might make them wake up. They might not ever read it, but just say, hey, I got this book, I'd like to give it to you. They don't need to read it because they might read it in 5 years. They might read it in 6 months, but then it might just change their life to be a better person. Okay, guys, I'm wishing you a lovely day from my heart to yours. And that's it. I'll see you in Bali, if not tomorrow morning here. Let's see. Okay. Ciao, ciao. Love you. Thanks for the chat.